just finished recording this episode and we completely forgot to mention that we are supported by the Street Taverna. So please go to @the Street Taverna on Instagram, like them, see where they're next at in Bristol, usually Harbourside. Get some nice souvlaki, yeah?
Yummy.
Lovely stuff. And say, let's do it when you order, and you'll get your free halloumi and fry upgrades, courtesy of Ben and John Do Cars.
Love it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Back into the podcast.
Yeah. Welcome back to another episode of Ben and John Do Cars Talk Cars podcast.
Hello, everybody. It's a lovely sunny spring day. Is it sunny? It's not quite sunny yet, is it?
Spring morning.
Spring morning.
10 a.m.
Yeah.
Up early. Sort of. Yeah, cool. So welcome to another podcast. Today we are going to do... Ben, introduce it.
So, end of this week, I believe. By the time this comes out, it'll be the end of this week, I think. Fast 10 comes out. The new Fast and Furious movie.
Oh, too fast, too furious.
Do it fast, do it furious.
Yeah, 4 minutes, man.
Donkey Kong.
Shit.
I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
We're just falling into fast quotes now.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. So the new Fast and Furious movie comes out. Very divisive in the car community these days. Some people still love it. Personally, I'm into it, I've always liked the Fast and Furious movies. I loved the first one, loved the second one, loved to be fair, I loved most of them up until the last few, where they've got a bit silly. But do you know what? I'm still going to pay to go see it at the cinema, because at the end of the day, here's how I view it.
Right.
We're getting straight into it here. I mean, this isn't the subject of the podcast. The subject of the podcast is the best cars of the Fast saga, the Fast cinematic universe. But just to get this out of the way here, Fast and Furious, right? What's your take on Fast and Furious? You haven't seen all of them, have you?
Haven't seen them all. Yeah, I love them. The ones that I've seen, awesome. Fast.
But why haven't you seen all of them then?
Wow, because life gets in the way, and Paul Walker died, and
was that a turn off for you when Paul Walker died? Did you see number 7? The one,
the tribute to him. Yeah, I did see that.
That was great.
I did quite like that.
I'm not an emotional chap, but I almost teared up in the cinema when him and Vin parted ways.
Yeah, pretty emotional. Eh?
Yeah, CGI Paul Walker with the smile and the wink. Did he wink?
Wow.
I might have imagined
Don't
that.
know. But the first one and number 2, specifically those two, when I was a kid, watching those, I was like, mate, these cars are the best things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was like modified cars with nitrous.
Yeah.
I was like, this is wicked. And they are pretty cool movies.
I need nitrous.
Like the scenes where it's like a helicopter looking down and there's all the cars flooding to the car meet. I just thought that was the most badass scene I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's right, isn't
Like,
it?
that
Maybe
is
we'll
so
watch it
cool.
again.
So yeah, I like fast. I like the Fast and Furious movies.
That's cool. Well, the way I view the way the series has morphed. Obviously, the first one is about car culture.
Yeah.
The second one still has a lot of car culture in it.
Yeah.
The third one, I'd say, is about car culture.
Is that Tokyo Drift?
That's Tokyo Drift.
That's got loads of car
Yeah.
culture in it.
So the first and the third are the most car culture-y films, I think.
Yeah.
And then it slowly sort of starts morphing into this kind of
Adventure movie.
action, adventure, heist, spy, kind of espionage.
Some sort of secret agent service.
Yeah. And do you know what? I'm okay with it.
I guess as a movie, in terms of an action adventure movie, they're wicked.
Yeah.
Because they've got, murders, heists, robberies, fast cars,
High stakes. The world's gonna end.
heroes, submarines, missiles,
Yeah.
all sorts of cool stuff. The
Family.
Rock, for instance, you know what I mean? So in terms of like those movies, they're cool, but I like to sit on the fence in the sense that I probably haven't watched all of those movies because they're steering away from them just being like car culture movies.
8 and 9 were ridiculous.
So that one when the submarine comes out of the lake and there's a tank with rocket launchers on
I
top.
think that was 8.
That was mental.
I think that was 8 with the submarine. 9, the last one, they go into space.
You're taking that piss.
I'm not, mate. Do you remember, I can't remember the character's name, but do you remember the dude from Tokyo Drift? Donkey Kong, the redneck guy? Him and, Lil Bow Wow was in that movie.
Yeah.
Now called Bow Wow.
Oh, right, okay. Is he not
They make a comeback in number 9.
No.
Because Dom and his family are like, oh shit, we need some like technical expertise that we can't get anywhere else. I know where to go. So they go to, I think, Germany or something. And these dudes are living in Germany now. Bow Wow and this dude I wish I
Right.
could remember his name. I should remember his name, really. And they're like these weird fucking mad scientist characters now.
No.
And they end up building a rocket out of a Pontiac Fiero. And Ludacris and Tyrese go to space in a Pontiac Fiero.
That is. I don't know how I feel about that. Everything you just told me could have just been like a dream you had.
I know. It's a fever dream, isn't it? Wait, so
Jesus
Ludacris and Tyrese go to space in a Pontiac Fiero that the Donkey Kong guy built. What?
Yeah, okay.
But no, genuinely, that's how it works. Yeah, so 8 and 9 are ridiculous. I mean, don't get me wrong. 4, 5, 6, and 7 were pretty ludicrous, but they were pretty silly. But yeah, 8 and 9 really ramped up the silliness.
Well, maybe I need to watch that just.
And 10 looks like it's going to be fucking mental.
Right. Okay.
But I'm into it because guess what?
What?
I also went to see a few of the Marvel movies at the cinema and I enjoyed those.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed
James
those.
Bond, they're
Yeah.
all ridiculous movies. At least with the Fast and Furious ones, they're mental and they're ridiculous and they're far-fetched and they're unrealistic and they're crazy.
But they got some cool cars.
But
in.
they got some cool cars and some nice little Easter eggs for car people still. So that's how I view them. They're action-adventure, almost comic book movies now.
Yeah. Okay. And on that note of cool cars, that brings us nicely on to the subject of today's podcast.
Yeah, we're going to go through some of our favourite cars from the Fast saga.
Yeah. So you've watched more than I have, so you're going to have more ammo in the tank, more fuel in the tank. However,
I didn't rewatch all the movies in preparation for this. I had a few that were popping off in my head.
you would have had a week to
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
exactly. There were a few significant ones that popped off in my head, and there are a few that I just sort of watched a few recaps of all the movies and watched a few sort of the trailers and stuff, and I was like, oh yeah. So I've made a list in order from film 1 to film 9.
Okay, cool. So let's go for it then.
Yeah?
So film 1, reel one off and I'll reel one off.
It's cliche. It's overplayed. It's a little bit out of date now. But the orange Supra from the first one.
Oh, it's a beauty.
Yeah, and the only I would happily have that car now. I mean, I wouldn't because it would be a Fast and Furious replica and you'd look like a twat. But
Yeah.
I like the colour, I like the style, I like the fact that it's a Targa.
Love
with
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
what a scene that is.
Yeah, great. The only thing I'd change about that,
It's the decals.
I kind of dig the decals. It kind of works.
Yeah, fair enough.
In context, I think it works.
Yeah, the wheels are a bit mental.
Yeah, I'd probably go maybe down a size on the wheels and then get it sitting a bit lower.
Yeah, it was a bit arch.
It was a bit roller
But at the
skatey.
time, it looks so cool, didn't
It's
it?
rad.
It's because, I think for us, I think for just generally car culture, it was like the first movie of its kind to show a car in that light, like big body kit, massive wang, decals all over it,
Yeah.
nitrous, all that. So it was like, fucking wow, this is wicked.
Can I just make this has just popped into my head. I just want to make a quick side note on that, right? One thing that's always bugged me about that movie, considering it's a car movie,
Yeah,
is when they blow up the what was it? The green
Mitsubishi
Eclipse.
Yeah,
So they blow up the Eclipse.
yeah, in the first scene.
Yeah, and Dom's like, "Oh, you owe me a 10-second car
Yeah,
now."
yeah.
And he brings the Supra up. That Eclipse, actually, to be fair, is pretty.
I'm going to come on to that.
Okay, cool. And Paul rocks up with this like burnt out or crash damaged Supra on the back of a recovery truck, right?
Yeah.
And they're all like, "Oh, it's a piece of shit. You're gonna drive across the line and push it or tow it." And Jesse's all fucking stoned or whatever he is.
And Brian spends the whole movie fixing it up.
Yeah, but here's what I don't understand: is that all these hardcore car dudes, when Brian's like, "Pop the hood, pop the hood, pop the hood," when they pop the hood, they're all surprised. They're like, 2JZ engine, no shit.
It's like, do you not know what this car is?
I'm pretty sure that Supra only ever came with a 2JZ. The only engine you could get in it. What the fuck were they expecting?
Shit, 2JZ.
Like, why is it a shock? The Mark IV Supra only came with a 2J.
Yeah, I know, but if the scene was, oh yeah, pop the hood. Well, I don't need to because it's 2J. It wouldn't make a good scene, would it? For car fanatics, they're like, well, obviously it is. But for people that don't know cars, they're like, oh my god, that must be so good, man.
Yeah, true.
You got to think
just-
about the
it's-
cinematics.
No, but
Ben.
it's just annoyed me a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry,
it's a
carry on.
movie. So yeah, so it's a no-brainer. But there's some badass cars in that whole movie. Yeah, that's why I love that movie.
I know what you're thinking of. You are thinking of Jesse's Jetta.
I love it. I love it. Volkswagen, Love Volkswagens. It's not my favourite car in the movie, but it was so freaking cool at the time.
I hated it. I've always hated it.
I was just like, that is a boxy, freaking lovely little car.
I hated it.
I loved
and
it.
I still do.
Loved
it's disgusting. The wheels are horrible.
Oh, no. I'm all over it.
The whole thing's fucking horrible.
But it's not my favourite car in the movie. Every time I think of that movie, I don't think of the Supra. I think of the green Eclipse.
yeah, it's a great looking car, isn't it?
Beautiful. And I used to play Need for Speed Underground, and I would design that car. That's how much I loved it. I'd be like, I want to make that car. I want to make Brian's Eclipse. Because it's so cool. And it was just like the noise of it when it pulls into that first scene and you hear the race
the music's like
yeah, and it's like
yeah.
I just think, so cool.
He's wearing his Converse.
Yeah.
Wall.
Yeah.
And then he spins out 140 mile an hour for no fucking reason whatsoever.
Mental. Yeah, it's such a cool car.
My car tapped out at 140 mile an hour this morning.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey Harry, I need NAS.
Yeah. So cool.
And I need it tonight.
But there's loads of cool cars. Not just
I've seen the way you
cars.
drive. You got a heavy foot. Sorry.
Sure you didn't watch the movie last night.
Seared into my brain.
But yeah, there's loads of good cars in that film. There's an R34, a yellow R34, and that's like people love the R33.
It's an R33, yeah. Fucking, I can't remember who drives it.
Yeah, it's one of the dudes.
Leon.
Yeah.
Leon drives it.
So that was cool. There's the S2000 that freaking matey runs up the drag strip.
Oh, yeah, Johnny Trans.
Johnny Trans. And then all the cars in Johnny Trans' garage are pretty cool. They're all
To be fair, Letty's S14, Burgundy S14 is quite nice as well.
Yeah.
Dom's RX-7's quite nice, although from what I can't remember off the top of my head, but I seem to remember it having fucking horrible wheels.
They were like deep dish, I think.
I can't remember. They just weren't very nice wheels, I don't think.
Yeah, that was nice.
I've never been a massive fan of the Charger in that movie. Everyone goes crazy over the Charger, and I don't know. It's just a Charger. It's just another Charger. I mean, I know it's got a big blower out the bonnet and all this kind of stuff, but I don't know. It's never really. There are other Chargers in the Fast saga.
Yeah.
That I think are much nicer. We'll get onto those in a minute.
Yeah, I think it's just like a statement car. Vin Diesel's muscly. The car's muscly. It's like, this is a beast, I'm a beast.
Family.
Yeah, race it against your Jap car. Let's have it.
Yeah.
American muscle versus turbo Jap.
So much torque.
Stuff.
The chassis twisted coming off the line. Sorry. I need to start doing that.
But yeah, it just makes for a good setup, doesn't it? It makes for a good movie.
Yeah, true. It is a good movie.
And there's some motorbikes in it as well, some scramblers and stuff.
Yeah, they sound like farts.
There's a Ferrari in it.
Yeah, 355.
Yeah, he
Lovely.
races it up the thing with his...
More than you can afford, pal.
Yeah.
Ferrari.
Nitrous the shit out of him up the dual camera.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Make me a superstar.
What car did Vin Diesel's sister drive?
She drove an Integra, a little blue Integra. That was nice.
Yeah, I liked
Mia.
that.
Yeah.
Mia, yeah.
She has a little handbrake turn in the middle of the road for no fucking reason.
I used to like the way she used to drive. She used to drive. I'm gonna put the microphone down. Like this.
Yeah.
I used to go to like the arcades in the like the cinema bit and be like, I'm going to drive like her. Put the seat all the way back, barely reach the pedals, and just straight arm it. It's like, I'm a badass.
She's a smoke show in that movie.
Yeah,
she's a smoke show in all the movies.
So fit. So yeah, the first movie.
Make your own goddamn popcorn. Sorry.
No, make your own goddamn sandwich.
No popcorn.
I want a tuna sandwich.
Bullshit, asshole. No one likes the tuna here.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm in your face.
I like the tuna here. I can't even remember. Brian drives that Ford F-150.
The F-150 Lightning, yeah?
Yeah, that's
smashes it into the curb.
Yeah, I was like, no. Yeah, there's a load of Civics in there as well.
3 Honda Civics with spoon engines.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in there, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, the highlight is the orange Supra. And the green Eclipse is very nice, actually.
But the Supra steals the show. And I think for the right reasons, because it's basically the storyline of him building that car, then racing Toretto in it.
And the first time it actually drives on screen is it pulls out the garage,
and it
does a little drift,
yeah.
And then at the end of the road,
it does you can
just see him pop the handbrake,
yeah,
rear wheels lock up, and then he drifts again.
Yeah, and then it does a massive jump. Remember the Johnny Trans guys on the motorcycle have just shot Jesse up, and then
you can see the ramps in the shot.
Yeah, and it does like this fucking 6-foot jump. Yeah, I was thinking I would have fucked it up.
So yeah, that's the first one, I think.
Yeah, it's wicked.
Second one, there's a couple of nice cars from the second one that I remember.
Yeah.
again, a little bit cliche because it is pretty much the hero car, but as you know, I've spoken to you about this before. I'm not a massive R34 Skyline fan.
No, I know.
It's not my favourite Skyline shape, and I'm not like that into Skylines in general.
Yeah.
But Brian's Skyline from Too Fast Too Furious, the silver one with the blue decals, is fucking rad.
It is rad.
You got 4 minutes, mate.
Yeah, 4 minutes, man. It's rad, and it's like if you were to say to me R34 Skyline, I like R34 Skylines. I think the boxy body kits, the aggressive styling is pretty badass. But if you would say a silver one with blue stickers and some chrome rims, I'd be like, that is disgusting.
Yeah.
And with suspension that needs to be lower, I was like, that's disgusting. But the car is so iconic.
It works, doesn't it?
It just works.
Yeah.
And do you know that car, like, that, I think it only has like 10 minutes of airtime in that movie.
Yeah, it's not much, is it?
It's right at the start, I think. And,
Yeah.
and then he bins it off. And
Does he?
I think he crashed
Yeah,
it.
no. Oh, yeah, because he gets the weird EMP harpoon thing from the police
That's
on it.
right,
and then
yeah.
he smashes it into a mailbox or something.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
that's a good point.
It's not in the movie that long, but if you were to ask people what the most iconic cars of Fast and Furious saga, they'd say the Supra and the Skyline.
So I mean, the only other car really that stood out for me in Too Fast Too Furious that I can remember is do you remember they race those two old boys? Hey, real funny fancy, and they win their cars.
Yeah.
And one of them's got a blue Camaro.
Yeah. That's
That's
nice.
fucking lovely.
That is nice.
That's really nice.
Tyrese Gibson drives that freaking horrible Mitsubishi Eclipse Spider.
Yeah, let's talk for a second about the green Evo. Not really my vibe, but whatever.
Yeah. I like that.
It's
I like it. It was an Evo 8?
a 7 or an 8.
7
Yeah.
or an 8? Yeah, I like that. I'm into that. I
mean,
always like that shape of Evo.
It's fine. It's
But
cool. It's
that
okay.
Eclipse Spider that he drives is disgusting.
Horrific. And literally, he's just like, I got the convertible on. It's like,
Yeah, no one likes that.
okay, mate.
Okay,
Crack on.
And they've tried so hard to make it look cool by putting decals and all the stickers
Yeah.
on it and the rims, and it's just like you're making it worse, mate.
That was because of a product placement deal with that
That's
movie.
right. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
So both the hero cars had to be Mitsubishis.
yeah,
They did a good job with the Evo.
did a great job with the Evo.
I mean,
That
that Eclipse.
Eclipse, disgusting.
Oh, I mean, it's a horrible car anyway.
Oh god, yeah,
But yeah, they didn't make it any better.
No.
Oh god.
awful. So what else was in number 2?
I can't remember much. I remember there being a nice sort of.
Oh, can we just go back to number 1? All the blacked out Integras,
Where?
where they hijack the lorry at the end to get all the VCR players out the back.
They're Civics.
Are they like coupe Civics?
Yeah, they're EM1s, I think.
EM1s. I had an EM1.
You did, yeah.
Should have painted it black. Yeah, they were badass.
Yeah, they were cool with the green underglow and stuff.
Yeah. At the time, I was like, that is so cool. And
Yeah,
now,
they were
now
nice
looking back,
cars.
I'm like, if I saw that driving on the street, I'd go, that is hideous. But at the time, it was
Yeah.
like, that is so freaking cool.
Yeah.
So what else was in 2? I can't really remember. There was loads and loads of cars in 2 because they used to do those meets where they go on like races and stuff. Those helicopter scenes where they're like at the top and there's like hundreds of cars leaving that warehouse.
Oh yeah, that's at the end where they're
Yeah.
trying to ditch the police.
Yeah,
that
that's
was quite
badass.
cool.
But
I mean,
can't remember what all of them are.
the big street race at the start. I mean, you've got Suki's S2000. Not really my vibe, but pretty iconic. Yeah, smack that ass. Weird thing to say. Weird thing to say when you jump in your car. Like, what
Yeah.
are you doing, Suki? Calm down. Matey Boy, the Afro dude with the gold Supra, didn't really do it for me.
I can't really remember those.
What else? Yeah, I think that's about. There's the only like properly memorable ones out of Too Fast Too Furious, I think.
Right,
So yeah,
so-
for me, it's the Skyline and the '69 Camaro. They're the highlights.
Yeah. So then Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift.
So obviously you got the Mustang with the Skyline engine.
The RB26 Mustang. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't got that on my list because.
you know
Again,
what?
it sits a little. I like what they're going for. I like the fact that they stuck an RB26 in a Mustang. That's cool.
Yeah. But do you know what? With that car, right? People are like, oh, why have they taken a Mustang and put an RB26 in it, right? Oh, they ruined it. It should be a V8. That's where people are kind of wrong. Because the V8 Mustangs came a lot later. They used to be 6 cylinders. And
Only for the first couple of years.
Yeah, but their target market was a nimble 6-cylinder Mustang. That's what they were selling it as. So they've kind of gone, do you know what? We're going to stick with the throwback.
We'll go for a straight 6. We'll just give it a load of power.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So I like that.
I've not thought of it that way.
So I think people are like,
So if anything, the Tokyo Drift Mustang is the purist's choice.
Exactly.
You heard it here first.
Exactly. And then people were like, no, it's not V8. It doesn't need to be a V8 because the Mustang wasn't a V8 to begin with.
No.
It was a 6-cylinder.
It's electric now.
Oh, shit.
Mackie.
But yeah.
Yeah, the Mustang's pretty cool. It never really struck. I mean, I like the idea of it more than the execution. It just didn't visually. It didn't really work for me, to be
I
honest.
quite liked it. I liked it.
But it was a cool car.
Yeah.
I got two from Tokyo Drift that really stuck out for me.
Go for it.
The Veilside RX-7.
Yeah, awesome.
The orange and black RX-7 is
Yeah,
fucking
it's
rad. And do you remember the Mona Lisa S15, the blue and the orange one that he smashes up?
No. But I
When
love
he
S15s.
when he first tries drifting, and Han throws in the keys, take my car,
Oh, yeah.
and he smashes. And it's that blue and orange
Yeah.
S15. That is lovely.
Yeah.
To be fair, actually, shout out to DK's 350Z.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
And the only reason I like that car is because of two shots that are fucking rad.
When he's on the wall.
One is him going up the spiral
Yeah.
on the car park, just perfect,
Yeah.
which is sick. Because you see him, he grabs the handbrake,
Yeah,
and
floors
you
it.
see it enter the ramp,
Yeah.
and he's just holding it perfectly. That's rad. And then also, after Han dies, and he does the reverse J-turn
Yeah.
straight into the drift.
Yeah, that's sick.
Sick. Yeah, that's really cool. So yeah, the Veilside RX-7 and the Mona Lisa S15
Nice.
and the RB26 Mustang. I think they're the highlights from the third one.
Yeah, definitely.
God, we're going through these now, aren't we?
One of the highlights of that movie for me, and it's not a highlight at all, it's fucking lame, is that when is it Ludacris gets his freaking SUV sound system box out of the car storage, and it's like the first time I've ever seen a multi-story
No, it's
car
Bow
park.
Wow. It's Lil Bow
Bow
Wow.
Wow, that's it.
Oh, he's got the Hulk fucking
Yeah,
thing
that's
with,
right.
with the fist in
Hideous
it.
thing. Hideous thing. But he gets that out of like a automated multi-story car
Yeah,
park
yeah.
lift machine. I
So
thought.
cool, isn't
I was
it?
just like, that's badass.
Yeah, car vending machine.
Japan.
Japan. Right. So moving on to number 4.
Yep.
There's 2 from 4.
Don't know if I've seen 4.
4 is the one where they go through the caves and stuff.
Yeah, where there's a lorry with a big chain on the back.
No, that's 5.
Okay, no, I'm not sure I've seen 4.
4's really good.
But go for it.
I really like the first 6.
Okay.
I think they're all really good movies in their own right. 1, 2, and 3, obviously the classics.
Yeah.
I think 4 was an excellent sort of, because they were like, oh, we'll bring the original cast members back. It's Dom and Brian again and this kind of stuff. I really enjoyed that movie. I thought it was really good.
Is that where Letty goes rogue?
No.
Okay, but let's not get into which movie is which.
So in number 4, there are 2 cars that stood out for me, both American muscle. One is right at the start, they're stealing tankers full of... They're in the Dominican Republic and they're stealing... Dom and his crew are stealing tankers full of fuel.
I think I have seen that, yeah.
Yeah, and Dom is driving a Buick Grand National, or GNX.
Right, okay.
Which was the fast version of the Grand National.
Nice.
Big turbo V6. Really underrated car. Looks mean as fuck. And his one specifically in that car looks mean as fuck. It's
Nice.
so cool.
Muscle.
Really like that. Shall I show you a photo?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Do it fast. Do it furious. Fast and Furious. Buick GNX. Sorry for audio listeners.
No one likes to tune it here.
Pussies use nitro. That one.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's fucking sick.
That's a
isn't
pimp
it?
car. Yeah, that's badass.
I like the wheel choice.
Wow.
I like the whole thing. I like
Yeah.
the whole vibe. That's lovely. And the whole highlight of the 4th one for me is the F-bomb Camaro. Do you remember that?
Yes, the F-bomb with the mouth up the front and that.
Yes, well, it's got the little decal at the side.
Yeah, big green thing.
And I love it.
Didn't it have like that stupid horsepower?
Yeah, well, so the F-bomb Camaro
I can't remember.
is a real car. Obviously, they used replicas in the movie, but the F-bomb Camaro is a real car built by David Freiberger
Yes, what's he called?
from Roadkill
Yes, and
and Hot Rod Magazine.
yeah.
And yeah, I remember, because I only found this out later on. The first time I saw it was in the movie, and I was like, that's pretty cool. But then when I found out the story behind it later, I was like, that's really cool.
There's a really cool documentary on that car.
Is there?
Yeah.
Because, it's something like he wanted to make the fastest car that he could still daily, effectively.
I can't remember who made the engine.
It was...
There's a company in America
Yeah.
that made these crazy powered...
it was...
what are they called?
I can't remember.
If Sammy P was here, he'd tell you all about it.
It's
That's how I knew about the F-bomb, because years ago, Sammy P was like, oh my God, check this company out.
yeah, it had like 1,500 horsepower,
Yeah,
but he
that's right.
still dailied it.
Mad.
Isn't it like something Marine or something?
Oh, I can't remember.
Nelson Racing.
Nelson
I don't
Racing,
know where
yeah.
the fuck I got Marine from. So that car is just so rad. And having found out the backstory about it later, like David Freiberg is a legend.
Yeah.
The car is a legend. If you've ever done it, have you watched like videos of him doing pulls in it down the drag strip? It's fucking mental. So that's really cool. Yeah, again, from 4, there's plenty. To be fair, the WRX they use at the end, the hatchback WRX they use at the end in 4 is actually, for a hatchback WRX, is quite nice.
Fair enough.
Nothing else really that I... There's an E39 briefly, but it's not a nice one.
Oh, that's a shame.
It's not. Yeah, it's not done nicely.
I mean, you can't really beat the F-bomb.
No, it's F-bomb and the GNX at the start.
That's an iconic car.
Yeah, there's a couple from 5. Again, when they get to this point, they stop sort of having proper hero cars. There's so many cars featured that rather than like the orange Supra or the silver Skyline or whatever else, or the Eclipse Spider.
Yeah.
There's so many cars featured for little bits of the movie that it's tough to sort of say, oh, this is the iconic car from that film. But
That's a shame.
number 5, I've got 2
Okay.
that really stick in my mind. The first one is right at the start when they bust Dom out of the prison bus.
Right, yeah.
Mia, who again is looking
Smoke show.
ridiculous.
Damn it.
She's driving an NSX.
Oh,
Black
yes.
NSX.
Do you know what? That is the perfect car for her.
Yes, it is. Isn't it? I remember watching that at the cinema, just being like, "Oh no!" Because did they put that at the end of? I think they teased it at the end of number 4,
Maybe, I don't know.
and then the whole sequence was at the start of number 5. And I just remember, seeing Mia drive that NSX, I was like, "Whoa!"
One of the most beautiful cars with one of the most beautiful women in
Yeah,
it.
I'm in love.
Yeah, I mean, that's the perfect match
Yes.
for that character.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
Lovely. And then also in 5, Brian and does Brian? Yeah, Brian and Mia.
Yeah.
Or is it Dom and Letty? No, I think it's Brian and Mia drive the Hakasuka.
No.
Yeah, they're driving that Hakasuka around Brazil, like a really tatty, like kind of shitty old one, but that's still got some nice wheels and arches and stuff.
I need to watch this movie.
Yeah, 5's really good, man. That's the one with the safe in it.
Safe.
Safe, bruv.
It's got Hakasuka in it, one of my favourite cars of all time, and Mia driving an NSX, one of my favourite characters of all time, driving another one of my favourite cars of all time. Brilliant.
Is 5 the one where they... No, 5 isn't the one where they jump off the train.
You're telling me.
I think that's 6.
Show me this Hakasuka, man.
Sorry. I haven't seen it in ages, but from memory, yeah, it's a bit like tatty.
Oh, I like it.
Which, is a fucking vibe.
What was that? Was that in the house?
No, I don't think so. I'm trying to find a decent... Let's try Fast and Furious Hakasuka. Sorry, audio listeners.
We're looking for a photo on the internet.
Fast and Furious Hakasuka.
Right, I'll give you 10 seconds. If you can't find it, we're moving on.
All right.
10, 9, 8, 7.
I mean, this is the best
6,
shot. That's
5.
the best shot I can find of it.
That's a rubbish shot. Move on. But yeah, lovely car. And
There's another one.
yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
It is Brian and Mia. You should watch 5. So
Yeah.
they're the two that stand out, the NSX and the Hakasuka.
Yeah.
5. I've got a couple from 6.
Okay.
So 6 is the one in Europe.
Okay. With the villain that drives that crazy
The ramp car.
go-karty ramp car.
Yeah. Rita Ora is in that briefly.
Weird.
When they go to the London underground car scene, which definitely doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Rita Ora is the one that starts the race.
Is there there's some crazy Pontiac thing that they're driving around London? What's that thing with that massive wang on the back?
Oh, a Plymouth Superbird.
Plymouth.
Is that 6?
I don't know.
I think it is 6. Yeah.
That's a pretty cool car.
Yeah, but the red one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. I got 2 from 6 that really stand out.
Far away.
One is I think Brian for a little while drives a blue Mark 1 Escort.
Ooh,
RS
very nice.
1600, which is
Ooh.
lovely.
Yeah, love
which
that.
again, it's A, it's a super cool car, obviously, but B, I don't know, it really holds its own in that kind of environment because we're used to seeing either Japanese stuff or like big American stuff.
And it's a great car that was in England.
Yeah, and it's just a fucking rad car. Look at it.
Yeah. That is so cool.
It's sick, isn't it?
That's so cool.
Yeah,
Oh, what a lovely thing that is.
so rad. All
Yeah.
roads lead to this.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Yeah, that's badass.
and Letty, this is one where Letty's like rogue
Oh, yeah.
because she's got amnesia.
Yes, I have.
Because
I
she
have
died.
seen-
She died in 4, but it turned out she didn't actually
She
die.
got shot or something.
Yeah, pussies use nitro. Yeah, the guy kills her or something. I can't really remember the details.
Anyway,
But
she,
she turns up in London working for this.
yeah.
Other
And Dom
gang.
sees her and he's like, Letty!
Yeah,
and she's
yeah.
like, she doesn't even notice
Doesn't
him.
even know him, mate.
Yeah, weird.
But she's driving a fucking rad Jensen Interceptor.
Show me.
I will show you because I remember when I saw that film in the cinema, I was like, "What? This is why I still go and watch the Fast and Furious movies because no matter how ridiculous it is,
They
no
got
matter-
great
no matter how
cars.
ludicrous it is." Some point there will be a car on screen where if you're a real car nerd,
You'll be like, "Ooh."
"What the fuck? That's amazing!"
Yeah. The,
Say what you want about them as filmmakers, but you know they have some pretty cool cars in there.
script writers have nailed the cars.
Yeah. Fast and Furious Jensen.
I might watch number 2 again
Yeah.
because
Fuck, it's saying empty, cuz.
I know it's not my favourite one, but I feel like it's got loads of cars in it I've missed. And I want to go back and watch them because
How-
that had so many cars in it.
Yeah. Had a lot of them. Real funny, Fonzie. Sorry. Mate,
Oh my God.
Letty's Interceptor from
Oh my God.
Fast 6. Wow.
That is disgusting. As in lush.
All right, yeah, good. I was going to say, I was about to take offence at that.
That is so nice.
How fucking cool is that? How cool is
Look
that?
at that rear end, man. Yeah, that's lush.
And that's a standard one, but
Oh yeah, baby.
Interceptor, such a nice shape, and they did a really good job of that. Like the wheels,
the wheels.
like the debumpered, like the paint, like the stripes.
Yeah.
They've kind of Americanized it.
Yeah, I love it all. Oh my
Wow,
God.
wow,
That is
wow.
perfect.
To be honest, the Interceptor is actually up there, probably with one of my favourite cars of the whole series.
All right, yeah.
Lovely,
Very nice.
lovely, lovely, lovely,
Beautiful looking thing.
very lovely.
Yeah, like you said, they've nailed the aesthetic on that car.
Yeah. Again, there's plenty more from 6, but they're the two that really stand out for me. Is the Mark I Escort and the Jensen Interceptor.
Lovely.
I feel like this. Yeah, to be fair, the Plymouth Superbird is.
It's just a very, very
Is it a
out
Plymouth
there car.
Superbird or is it? I might be talking. It might be a Dodge Daytona actually.
I don't know what it is, but all I can remember is it is low as hell, and it's got like half a square wang on it,
Yeah.
half a rectangle on the back.
Oh, sorry. No, it's not a Superbird. It is a Dodge Daytona. My bad.
For all that downforce.
That one, yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, amazing. What the fuck am I thinking of Plymouth? Anyway,
Who cares? Moving on.
I've only really got one car from 7 that I remember. Actually, no. There's a sequence at the start where they're driving through the mountains.
Right.
I think to go see Paul's baby being born.
Right.
And Dom and Paul are basically racing. And Paul's driving a GTR.
Nice.
And Dom's driving a Challenger
Nice.
SRT.
Ooh.
And both of them have got like wide arch kits. And both of them together look really cool, I seem to remember.
Dom's Mr. GTR, isn't he, basically?
Paul's driving the GTR.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul's
He's Mr. GTR, you're right.
Mr. GTR, yeah.
Let's just try and Challenger. Yeah, it's got like some weird sort of wide arch kit on the Challenger, which I quite liked. That one.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's quite nice. Quite nice, actually.
Quite nice, actually.
Yeah, so that's quite nice from 7. But the absolute highlight of 7 for me is Brian's white Supra at the end.
Show me.
And it's, partially because it's, such an iconic moment where,
Is it Mark 4?
yeah,
Oh.
the one at the end where he drives off into the distance.
I can't remember, dude. I feel like I haven't seen it. It's been a long day
Yeah.
without you, my friend.
That one.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Is that it?
Yeah.
That is perfect.
Yeah.
They've actually perfected. If I had one, that's what it looked like.
Well, do you know what? So one of the reasons they used that car is because that was Paul Walker's
Actual one.
actual car. Yeah,
Oh
he
my-
he built that.
Oh, my God.
He did that.
That is perfect. That is absolutely
Lovely.
perfect.
It's lovely, lovely, lovely.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think if I was going to make a Supra, if I was going to build a Supra, it'd be very, very similar to that. Not too aggressive, not too crazy. Just
Yeah.
beautiful color, maybe slightly different wheels, but as a package, it works.
You know,
it works really.
I'm a sucker for those wheels.
I know you are.
Stick them up for golf. Get down, Mabel. Good girl.
So yeah, that's that and the Challenger are highlights for me in number 7.
Nice.
And then again,
So, how many films are there? 9.
9 so far. This is the 10th one that's coming out next week.
Wow.
Or this week, I think.
Christ, when did the first one come out?
I want to say 2001.
Wow.
So it's been 22 years.
That's mental. So we was 11
Yeah.
/ 12.
I remember I borrowed a VHS of it off someone from school.
I was about to say, what the fuck is a VHS? And I remembered.
Yeah, again, so the later movies from sort of 6, 7 onwards, because there's just so many cars being thrown at you all the fucking time,
Yeah.
it's difficult to pick one out. But I got one from number 8 that really, I remember, made a real big impression, and that was the Corvette Stingray in number 8, which,
Stingray.
yeah,
Okay.
I can't remember who. I want to say Letty drives it, maybe.
That'd be quite nice.
But it's done to perfection, and I can't remember. It's quite again similar to the F-Bomb. It's quite a famous like real life build.
Oh, right, okay.
I can't remember who built it. That one.
Oh, my goodness me. That's
It's
amazing.
absolutely filthy, isn't it?
Oh, wow.
No, that's not it.
Oh,
yeah,
my. I've never seen anything like it. Is that it popping a wheelie there?
I think so. Yeah,
Oh, my God. That is so nice.
yeah. It's amazing.
I
isn't
didn't
it?
think a Corvette Stingray could look that good.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Generally, I'm not into the Stingray.
No, I mean, I like them, but again, I find them a little bit overrated.
That looks amazing.
Sick, isn't
my
it?
God. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That is absolutely badass.
Yeah, and again, that's what I mean. That's the kind of thing where you're watching them and you're like, oh, this is ridiculous. There's fucking submarines breaking through the ice and they're chasing down. And I think at one point either The Rock or Vin Diesel gets out and rides a torpedo and like pushes it away or something. I can't remember what. There's something ridiculous with a torpedo where someone.
You're kidding me.
No, there's not.
This is
No.
before or after they go to space.
It was before they go to space.
This is far fetched.
Yeah, because the submarine's chasing them, breaks through the ice. They're all driving through the ice. You've got a weird little tank car thing, I think. Tyrese is in an orange Murcielago, I think it is.
Roman. That's what he's called in the film.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
Roman.
yeah. Roman Pierce. Yeah. So it's all ludicrous. Luda. And but someone. There's a torpedo being fired at them, and it's kind of just like skating across the top of the ice. And someone, I'm pretty sure it's The Rock, gets out
Absolutely mental.
and either pushes or punches or rides, does something with a torpedo. And it's fucking mental.
Okay, right.
But anyway, my point being,
Yeah.
even with people going to space and submarines and all this kind of shit, occasionally you get
pop-
something like that pop up and you're like, okay, you've sucked me back in.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm watching
What torpedo?
Purely because of that Corvette. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, cool.
So that Corvette's lovely. And also there's a cool, I think it's a Charger in number 8 as well, that Dom gets for use on the ice. And it's got like flared arches. I'll try and find it for you. It's got like flared arches and it's quite like, I don't know, it looks quite softly sprung. It looks quite sort of almost not rally-ish.
Rally
but
spec, yeah.
Let me try and find a photo of it.
Like driving over a lumpy, icy lake spec.
Yeah, exactly.
Mabel.
Really low, really flared arches.
What car do you like the best, Mabel?
There we go.
She's not sure.
Wow.
Oh my God.
It's outrageous, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's too much for me. Is that got jet turbines on the back?
It ends up with some kind of fucking jet engine or some shit on it.
Yeah, I mean, I love the. I mean, no, I'm not into that at all. That is like a something you'd see at Alton Towers as like, come on the Fast and Furious ride.
I quite like it. I don't know why. Again, I think it's the arches and the arch gap that makes it for me.
It is rally spec, I know what I mean, but it's like if you forget that it's got two jet turbines on the back.
Yeah, I don't know what they are. They might not be jet turbines. There's something on the back. I don't know.
Right, okay.
Hello, mate, ball. Yeah,
Whatever they're on the back, if you forget that and just look at it solely as kind of and blur your eyes a little bit, it's quite cool.
Yeah,
Like a rally cross car.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm into it. What are you doing, mate, ball? You silly girl. You silly little girl. And then the only car from 9 that really stands out for me.
The only car from 9.
I think so. Again, because there's so much
Right.
like being thrown at you. It's like
What's this dog doing, man?
if you go out for a really think of it this way, right? The earlier movies,
Yeah.
they're a nice 3-course meal at a nice restaurant with maybe a few little bits on the table.
Yeah.
So you've got a real nice starter,
Yeah.
really like juicy main,
Yeah.
lovely dessert, and maybe like some nice bread on the table, some olives or something to share, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your attention is on the meal. You can enjoy the lovely meal.
Yeah.
They're the hero
You can
cars.
savour it all.
Yeah, they're the hero cars. And then occasionally there's a nice little
Nugget,
yeah,
yeah.
Oh yeah, I like Mia's Integra.
Oh, that olive's
Nice
lovely. Yeah.
olive,
Oh,
yeah, that kind of thing. Whereas I find the later movies are just like massive buffets.
It's like going for an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Exactly.
At one of those places where they've got Chinese, American,
Exactly.
Indian,
even if it's
Mexican.
done, even if all the food is done to a fantastic standard and it's all delicious,
It's just overwhelming.
You afterwards you can't think,
Which one did I like the best?
oh yeah, that was a really nice meal, but why did I like it? What was it?
Why do I feel sick?
Yeah. So there's not an awful lot of standout cars, although there are a lot of nice cars. But the one
Okay.
in Fast and Furious 9
Okay.
is Dom's Charger
Ooh.
from Fast and Furious 9,
Okay.
which again was a real life car built by a company called Speedcore.
Right. Okay.
Now I'm going to show you a shot of it,
Yeah.
and I want your first honest opinion of it.
Okay.
I'm assuming you've not seen this car.
Nope.
Because, let me just... Okay, what do you think of that?
Oh, that is sexy. That is VIP Knight Rider spec. Oh yes.
Do you notice some...
That is like what was that film where they were like driving around the desert and they were all trying to kill each other?
Mad Max.
Mad Max. It's
Yeah.
like kind of a bit of a Mad Max spec going on there.
Do you notice some slightly odd dimensions?
It's a bit long
It's a bit long. Do you know why it's a bit long?
because it's got a massive V12 in it.
No, because it's fucking mid-engined.
Oh my, that is so cool.
That has a 1,000 horsepower Hellcat engine.
Wow.
And they made it mid-engined.
Wow.
And I just think that is the...
Wow.
I mean, again, the purists hate it. It's one of those things where, like, why would you do that?
Yeah,
But
I like it.
I think it's so cool.
It's very American.
It's fucking rad.
That is rad. Ooh, wow. It looks amazing.
Yeah,
as
it does,
well.
doesn't it?
Like, if you're gonna, like, what's that word called again? Retro.
Resto mod.
Resto mod. That's a resto mod.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's a fucking weird one.
I'm into it.
Yeah, I'm into it as well.
It's got a mid-engined Hellcat engine.
Yeah.
That's rad.
So, and
How many horsepower?
about 1,000, I think.
Wow.
I mean, and also the development that went into build, and again, we're kind of coming out of the movie and into real life again now, but the development that went into it to,
Dogs doing something.
obviously to make sure that it kind of drove half decent, because suddenly, the Charger chassis was obviously designed to have a big old iron lump up the front,
Yeah.
rear wheel drive and all this kind of stuff. They've taken all the weight out the front, put it in the middle, they've lengthened the chassis, they've had to change all the geometry around. You've got no weight up front anymore.
Oh, I bet that's a bit of a lively beast.
So the work that went into making that thing actually work
Yeah.
was
pretty serious.
tremendous, yeah. And I just think it's really cool.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool, John.
I think it's tremendous. Yeah, that's badass. Didn't even know that car existed. I'm going to have a look at that now.
No, so that's. I mean, that's it. That's the list. Have we missed anything else that you remember?
I mean, it's probably about 20 years since I watched the first movie, so no, I can't think of anything. I think we've covered quite a few cars there. It's enough food for thought. And
mean,
some pretty wicked cars, to be fair.
I don't really want to look at a preview of any of the cars in the new one because it's one of my favourite things about watching the Fast and Furious movies is that you get to see. Again, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, suddenly, oh wow, look at that Stingray, or oh my goodness, look at that mid-engine charge, or whatever.
Let's go watch the next one together, and then we'll talk about it on a podcast. I would shake your hand, but it's really sweaty from holding this mic.
Oh, okay. I wasn't going for a shake. I was going for a little grab together.
Let's watch Fast and Furious 10 together.
And
Will you?
I just want to, before we wrap up,
Yeah.
I just want to mention one car as a sort of honourable mention. It doesn't really count because it's not from the Fast and Furious movie franchise, but one of the actors from the Fast and Furious movie franchise built it.
Right.
And that is, I can't remember his name, Han from Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
He made a Datsun 240. Sun
yeah.
Kang, that's it.
Yeah.
And it is one of the nicest things I've ever seen.
Show me.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This thing.
Wow.
I mean, that's not it. Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's lovely.
And again, I'm sure many others were introduced to this because it was in Gran Turismo. You could get it in Gran Turismo.
All right.
And it had a super high revving, naturally aspirated engine, like 9,000 RPM or something.
That's beautiful.
Jay Leno's doing a little dance there.
Yeah. That is lovely.
Like proper screamer.
Yeah, that's lovely.
I love the arches, love the colour.
Love it.
Wow.
Look at that rear end.
A ducktail.
Yeah. We're into that, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
I mean, that's the makeup for a good-looking car. Slap a ducktail on the back.
Maybe I should do one on the XC70.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
I have been tempted to put one on the 240. Just a little.
It would look really good.
Just a little subtle one, not like a big NASCAR style one.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Just a little sweeper.
Yeah, I'm just visualising it. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Lovely. Let's do it. All right, cool.
Yeah.
There we go.
I think that's about it. I haven't really got anything for Rant Alley this week.
No, it's been a really positive week.
Yeah. Nothing for Rant Alley. I've got a few things. I was in Ireland last week, but we'll leave that for the next episode.
Yeah.
We'll go through because I want to talk about some of the cars in Ireland.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously-
you went to the British Drift Track.
And obviously the drifting, yeah.
Was it the BDC? It was
No,
in Ireland.
Drift Masters European Championship.
Was that in Ireland?
Yeah.
You went to Ireland?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's in Ireland last weekend.
I just thought you was like drifting somewhere.
No, we went to.
So Ben's a professional drifter now. He was in Ireland drifting.
I definitely was not. drifting. I wish I was.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
so we'll go through some of that, and also just generally some of the cars of Ireland because there was just some slightly quirky stuff out there that you wouldn't really think of.
All right, cool. There you go. There we have it. I was going to say, let us know what your favourite cars from Fast and Furious saga are.
Have we missed anything off, and have we got anything wrong? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, and I'm sure we've missed loads off.
Well, there are fucking hundreds to go.
Exactly.
But these are just our personal favourites. Or my personal
So we're
favourites.
interested to see what yours are.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
And also, as always, genuinely, we are putting some effort into trying to do this properly. So if you could like and subscribe either here on YouTube or on Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcasts or Google or whatever, that would really help us out. A review on Apple would really help us out as well.
And also, just to throw it out there, we've got a new video that's dropped.
Yes.
And it's dropped today, so at the time you've watched this podcast, we'd have been out for a few days. So get over to our YouTube channel and watch Ben's new car, the video we've done on Ben's Volvo XC70. We went off-roading, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, we had a day of lifestyle activities in the XC70.
We did. It was great fun. Hopefully you'll enjoy it too.
Yeah, so go and watch that. And we'll see you next week for another podcast.
Love it.
Mabel needs to go outside.
Let's do that then.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Bye.
Yeah. Luda! You got 4 minutes, mate.